And just to wrap up my case presentation on Tasha, just wanted to give an update on where she's at right now. So, I think I mentioned it earlier. Her GPA for the fall semester, which was her first semester, she received a 2.1, which was actually better than I think both of us expected. When we would talk about it, she would share her concerns and, was feeling like she wasn't doing well. And even though we talked about different strategies she could implement, talking to her teacher, finding out exactly where her grades stood, just not following through with some of those things. And so when we got to the end of the semester, she was pretty stressed out, and I actually helped her raise one of her grades from a D to a C minus. And I think that for me, the important piece was that we talked about, anything she could do to improve that, because I think that was really hurting her GPA. And so she talked about one of her classes, and she felt like she should have done a little bit better, and was a little surprised with the D. D plus, I think she was like right on the border of like a 69% or something like that. And so, we talked about, well, can you talk to your instructor? Can you, maybe do an extra credit, something like that. And so I helped her kind of devise an email to send to the professor, and just asking if there was any way that she could increase that to a 70%, so that at least she would get a C minus. And so she did that. She did follow through, and thankfully she did establish a little bit of a relationship with that instructor. And so that instructor worked with her and had her write an additional assignment, which she did. And this was literally during finals week. And so so she wrote the assignment, turned it in, kind of talked about what she had learned throughout the semester, and was able to get that grade up to a 70%, which I think really just teaching her some of those skills about really reaching out, trying to do something. We also talked about making sure that this wasn't the way she was going to continue her education. She's, it was a learning time for her first semester. She really didn't kind of know what it was. And so that really has shifted her thinking for this semester in terms of, okay, I got to get things done now. I got to be sure to stay on top of homework and, attend tutoring and really utilize all of the resources that are going to help her to get better grades and be more proactive. And so another really positive thing, as I mentioned, she was hugely stressed financially. And so even though I was reluctant about encouraging her to get a job, that's what she wanted to do. And so I helped her get a job or I connected her with an opening, and she applied and did well in the interview, and got the job in the Student Learning Center where she's working now. She's working about 10 hours a week. And so, and just from receiving that job alone, her demeanor has changed incredibly, definitely more self-confident, feeling good about herself. And that began the week before the spring semester started. And so another really great thing to just mention is that she, I think it was last week, which was week 5 of the semester, she mentioned that she was starting to feel again like she didn't belong, and Chico State was not for her. When she looks at her peers, she just feels like she's not smart enough, like she shouldn't be here. And we talked about that, and I said, wow, it's week 5 and this is the first time you've had that thought. And she kind of looked and said, yeah, that's right. In comparison to last semester, where she, from the beginning, she felt very, feelings of inadequacy and like she didn't belong. And so when I pointed that out, it was nice to kind of see that she really felt like, okay, yeah, I can do this, and I'm just having a bad day. And so just quickly, Some other things that she has been doing ever since, again, she came back from winter break, started her training and her job, and that's been going well. She's been very proactive about attending tutoring. She's still struggling, but I think she feels better prepared to handle all of the responsibilities of college life. She has talked about a healthier lifestyle. She's eating better. She's attending the gym, the Chico State Rec, and has really noticed the positive effects that has been for her. She has been more engaged. And then finally, she's going to be attending with me the Foster Youth Education Summit at the end of next month, where she's going to participate in a youth track, and it's in Southern California, and so this is the first time she's going to fly, and so she's really looking forward to that. So thank you for letting me present on Tasha, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation.